The Truth About Dreams and Reality, Part 1. Now, most of us brush off dreams as just this ordinary thing that happens every time we close our eyes. Yet they make up half of most of what we ever experience. I mean, just think about it. Dream consciousness and waking consciousness are the only two types of consciousness that we ever experience. That is, unless you meditate or take psychedelics and enter altered states of consciousness, but that's for another video. But for most of us, dream and waking life are the only two realms of experience that we ever know. Which means that our entire reality consists of these two different realms. The dream world and the waking world. And yet we call one of them an illusion and the other a reality, even though they both make up what we experience as reality. I mean, just think about it. It's not like dreams are over there and reality is over here. Dreams are reality because we experience them. Just like waking life is reality because we experience it. And if dreams really are an illusion, that gives less credibility to the reality of our waking life. Because dreams sometimes feel as real and vivid as waking life. And if we can be so easily deceived about reality in dreams, then who's to say we're not being deceived about reality right now? Waking life could simply be a dream of a higher reality that we experience when we're alive. But when we die, we wake up from it and return to that higher reality. Just think about what Morpheus said in The Matrix.
Have you ever had a dream, Neo, that you were so sure was real? What if you were unable to wake from that dream? How would you know the difference between the dream world and the real world?
Just like dreams are real until we wake up from them, this reality could feel real until we wake up from it until after we die. I mean, think about it. People say dreams are real only as long as they last. Did you know that your gut is actually your second brain? The gut, which is something found inside your stomach, actually has more than 100 million neurons. Neurons that are very similar to the ones found inside your brain. These gut neurons also communicate back and forth with the neurons inside your brain. This connection can actually make your gut affect your mood and emotions, and your mood and emotions affect your gut. So this thing in your stomach is partly controlling your mind. Inside your stomach right now is something called the gut microbiome, made up of trillions of bacterial microorganisms, which also vary uniquely between each person. We literally have an entire universe inside of us populated by tiny bacterial beings. And whatever happens to these beings actually affects your mental health and emotions. As 95% of your serotonin, the molecule that makes you happy, is actually made by these gut bacteria. And so is 50% of your dopamine, the molecule that literally gives you motivation. Which obviously means you want to keep your gut as healthy and as undisrupted as possible. But this is not the case with most people, and it's all due to their diet. Okay, so to your diet. A gut-healthy diet would include things like organic fruits and vegetables, healthy unsaturated fats like avocados, peanut butter, nuts, seeds, and other things like that. Also grass-fed meat or wild-caught fish. And if you're gonna eat beef, make sure the cows are not fed antibiotics because those actually kill your gut bacteria. You should also eat fermented foods or drinks. All of these help create new gut bacteria, and more of that means a healthier gut. You should also eat prebiotic foods, which actually feed your healthy gut bacteria. Chia seeds are one of the best ones. You should also eat foods that have tyrosine, which your gut actually turns into dopamine. These are some good options for that. You should also eat food that actually turns into serotonin. Seeds are the foods. Also consume less sugar and antibiotics, as both of them actually kill your gut bacteria. And you should definitely avoid foods that have been exposed to glyphosate. As this article says, glyphosate exposure may have consequences for mental health through alterations in the gut microbiome. All genetically modified foods are exposed to glyphosate. Some very common ones that are found in nearly all food are corn, soy, and canola oil. Wheat and oats are also exposed to this chemical. And keep in mind, most junk food is made out of these crops, so always check the ingredients in the back and check for a non-GMO label, or sometimes even a glyphosate-free label. I also recommend getting something that detoxes your gut. As I said before, zeolite minerals are probably the best detox you can find, as they've literally been used to remove things like glyphosate, fluoride, and heavy metals from water environments. And as you know, they have literally 70% water. This is the zeolite supplement I use. If you want some, you can.
In 2003, a Jewish doctor named Heidi Yellen conducted a study on the frequencies of fabric. According to this study, the human body has a signature frequency of 100, and organic cotton is also the same.
Okay.
The study showed that if the number is lower than 100, it actually puts a strain on the body. A diseased, nearly dead person has a frequency of about 15, and that is where polyester, rayon, and silk register. Non-organic cotton registers a signature frequency of about 70. If the fabric has a higher frequency, it gives energy to the body. This is where linen comes in as a super fabric. Its frequency is 5,000. Wool is also 5,000, but when mixed together with linen, the frequencies cancel each other out and fall to 0.
Oh, that's deep.
Even wearing a wool sweater on top of a linen outfit in a study collapsed the electrical field. The reason for this could be that the energy field of wool flows from left to right, while that of linen flows in the opposite direction, from right to left. I have observed that when I wear synthetic clothes on a rare occasion, I get a lot more static and sparks fly. Could that be the negative charge?
If I offered you $10 million, would you take it? Yes?
Yes.
And what would you say? Thank you?
I would. I'd say thank you.
But the only catch is you don't get to wake up tomorrow. Would you still take it?
No.
Exactly. So, that means waking up tomorrow is worth more than $10 million. So wake up with a smile on your face every day and say that you're worth $1 million.
That is some high quality advice. That was amazing. That was really good. Thank you so much.
If you're in a group that I made fun of, then just know that I probably will only make fun of you if I see myself in you. I make fun of poor white people because I was once poor. I know what it's like to have a cold house. I wasn't allowed to touch the thermostat growing up without asking my father. And it would be freezing in the house. I'd be like, Dad, please, can I please just turn the heat up to like, I don't know, 32? It's really cold. And my dad would say, just put more clothes on, David. Got all 3 of my outfits on. You look at me, I'm freezing up here. And I said this, I didn't say it to him, but I said it in front of him so he could hear it. I said, I hate being poor. And my dad got really upset. You are not poor. He said, poor is a mentality. He said it's a mentality that very few people ever recover from. Don't you forget it, son.